To support myself and Molly launching Stop Doing That. For those of you who perhaps aren't in my close personal friendship group, you might not have realised this was a thing until recently when I started plastering it all over Facebook. But it's been a four-year gig that started when all sorts of weird things fell out of my brain after being shoved on the stage once. It kind of changed me. So over the course of the next little while, this was one of the stories that came out, and I set on a search for an illustrator, which took quite some time. Thanks to Anne Griffin over in the corner, who hooked me up with Molly at school, of all places, where I work. We found somebody who I think did a really remarkable job of bringing the weirdness from inside my brain out and onto the pages of the book. So to give you an idea what we're going to do for the formalities, what I want you guys to do is be prepared for anything. I hope you have been and seen the little corner. There's a computer running which has got all the pictures from our online competition, which was kids running mad basically. So we've made a selection from there for a free book. And probably in another half an hour or so, we'll start to scrunch up the other end of the door prize tickets that you guys have received. So we'll save that for a little bit later. I'm going to get straight into a reading. After that, if you have any questions, because I Googled and apparently there's Q&A time at book launches. If you have any questions of myself or Molly about the process of putting a book together or having it published, any of that, we're happy to field it. Following that, we're going to set ourselves up here and do a little bit of sell and sign. Or the other way around, depending on whether you want us to sign it before you buy it or you don't want us to sign it at all. So at that point, you're welcome to cruise by if you would like a copy. We'll happily sign it for you tonight. I've got limited stock tonight because I've been away in Timor, which was a wonderful experience, but wasn't very good for keeping track of how many books I'd sold. So if you would like one and we get a bit light on, I'm very happy to do back orders, and I've got a little notebook there too. Without further ado, I'm going to do a little read for our Facebook viewers who couldn't make it tonight of Stop Doing That. Sadly, we haven't got a mat for you all to sit on without anything in the way. All right, so for those who haven't read it, the idea was, let's provide a book that entertains me for a start. Number two, easy to read and potentially useful for people who have missed the early reading boat. So for delayed readers. So it's in a category I've since found called high interest, lower literacy. So fantastic for people who are learning English as a second language, who maybe are a little bit older but need repetition, big font and all of those sorts of things. And a little bit of testing with some younger folk too has indicated once they get over the grossness, many are happy to see it over and over again. So here we go. Harvey started to rub his eyes. His mother said, "Stop rubbing your eyes." Harvey said, "I can't." His father said, "Stop rubbing your eyes." Harvey said, "I can't." No matter how hard he tried, Harvey just couldn't stop. He rubbed and he rubbed and he rubbed until... and he never rubbed his eyes again. You'll see what I mean when you get to the pictures. Michael started to pick his nose. His mother said, "Stop picking your nose." Michael said, "I can't." His father said, "Stop picking your nose." Michael said, "I can't." No matter how hard he tried, Michael just couldn't stop. He picked and he picked and he picked until... and he never picked his nose again. Renee started to scratch at her mosquito bite. Her mother said, "Stop scratching that bite." Renee said, "I can't." Her father said, "Stop scratching that bite." Renee said, "I can't." No matter how hard she tried, Renee just couldn't stop. She scratched and she scratched and she scratched until... and she never scratched a bite again. Selena started to bite her fingernails. Her mother said, "Stop biting your nails." Selina said, "I can't." Her father said, "Stop biting your nails." Selina said, "I can't." No matter how hard she tried, Selina just couldn't stop. She bit and she bit and she bit until... and she never bit her nails again. Jake started to pick at a scab. His mother said, "Stop picking that scab." Jake said, "I can't." His father said, "Stop picking that scab." Jake said, "I can't." No matter how hard he tried, Jake just couldn't stop. He picked and he picked and he picked until... and he never picked a scab again. Brianna started to squeeze a zit. Her mother said, "Stop squeezing that zit." Brianna said, "I can't." Her father said, "Stop squeezing that zit." Brianna said, "I can't." No matter how hard she tried, Brianna just couldn't stop. She squeezed and she squeezed and she squeezed until... and she never squeezed a zit again. So the next time a grown-up tells you to stop, you might just want to listen. Thank you very much. So for any of you who did have any questions, the floor is open. Thank you.
I'm Molly's father.
Yes.
I'd like to ask a question. Who brought the idea of the graphical pictures that we see? Because I've seen the book and they're,
They're very accurate.
was it my daughter's knowledge?
Look, I had a pretty clear vision of what I wanted to be on the page.
Yep.
So when Molly got the first little set of notes, it had little written words to say, "This is what we want," rubbing eyes, exploding. So the endpoints were certainly mine. I actually got asked while I was selling some books at a theatre show that my daughter Jan's been in a couple of days ago when I sold a book, because I explained that it was all about what I got in trouble for when I was little. And the girl said, "Okay, but I've read the book. Did any of those things actually happen to you?" Yeah. Well, I was able to look at her and show her my nice smile and say, no, obviously not. But they were my thoughts. But Molly's done, I think, a really sensational job of just getting it out there.
Special round of applause for Molly.
Cool.
Thanks.
Yes. Anything else? Yes, Nick.
So you haven't had any of those incidents with your own children?
They're much... my public persona says they're much more civilised than I was, and no, not at all.
You must have had a glass of wine, Mike.
We'll keep those for a different time.
Second book, maybe.
Yeah, but who knows? Who knows? Anything else?
How difficult was it to get books published?
It's a different environment, I think, now, and to get it published by somebody else, to have them take it on, like a publishing house, seemed to be nigh on impossible. I tried a few, and they're just all full with people wanting to be children's authors. So what some do is put up competitions where you submit your whole script. If you win a competition, that kind of filters the entries. And it seemed easy for us just to do it ourselves. So we got a little company that supports independent authors. They had a lovely package that made life easy for us with templates and lots of advice to help us along the way. So it was probably harder than I thought once I bought a package that told me all of the things I got, because we have to edit the darn thing and we all have to be happy with what it looks like. And a lot of that was down to us. And I think now the hard work starts, is trying to actually move the product after the fact. But it wasn't something that anyone can do it, I think. It's just you have to invest a bit of effort and time to do it.
Simon?
Yes?
So will the big books and the bookshops like Carroll and lights, are they able to take long sets and self-publish?
Yeah, they will. Sometimes the terms in bookshops just through asking around, are not awesome for authors and illustrators. So our margin is reasonable, but what they want would mean it's no longer reasonable. Yeah. So at the moment, it's available on Amazon, Booktopia, Book Deposit, all of those internet major bookseller sites have it. They manipulate the prices to suit themselves around our own price, and we do much better selling face to face. So, yeah. Anything else before we wrap it up and enjoy the rest of our evening? No questions for Molly on how she did that amazing work and managed to get inside my brain and put it on the page? No? All right.
Make Molly sweat, ask me a question.
All right. So I think on that note, we'll quite happily wrap up, maybe grab a drink, and then come and grab a seat. If anyone's interested in purchasing a book, we're more than happy to pop a signature on it for you. They're $14.95, and thank you very much for coming along to support us again tonight. It's great to see such a full house. Yeah. What are we doing? Are we finished?
No, it's still going.
Oh, we're finished.
Yeah.